Rainbows are a beautiful, beautiful thing. They're a pure aspect of nature that comes at the end of a storm. A bright light awash with color that is a symbol that whatever our Creator is, whatever this earth is, that all is well now. And to look to the beauty and the bright sunshine behind it. It is also representative of the LGBTQ plus community. And I'm glad they've chosen the rainbow because it represents a multifaceted, multicolored, multi-biological human race. So those of you that are represented under the rainbow flag, just because you are a miserable, pathetic human being, and some of you are, just like we are, don't spit on that rainbow flag with your hate and your celebration of an assassination. You are so skewed, sick, and so lacking in compassion. How would you like it if your granddaughter was shot down in the street by somebody who didn't like that you were gay? How would you like it if your spouse or your brother or someone who was transgender or who was struggling with their identity that you loved and cherished? What if they shot somebody you love? Who would you side with? What if they were shot and killed? How would you feel? You need to become more sensitive to other people, more able to cope with your identity and be stable and secure in that conviction, because all you're doing is making people distrust you, dislike you more, believe that you are insincere more, concerned for your mental health more. When people go online with their pink hair and their body piercings, sitting in their shabby apartment or their bedroom, doing nothing of value for themselves, their families, or their communities, and celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk and others. Shame on you. What I have learned from the assassination of Charlie Kirk is cause and effect. There are people on this planet that I love fiercely, and there are people that I wish somebody would put a bullet in their head. I think these thoughts sometimes when I get frustrated and angry with them. And it's not about they've got to believe what I say. They have to think like me. They have to be like me. No, it's not that. It's just people that I know are ridiculously stupid and uninformed, and they go around spewing hate and violence. And they refuse to listen to the other side. They refuse to compromise. They refuse to cope with the fact that they cannot control anyone on this earth but themselves. And I'm sorry about that, because you know why? Because now somebody that I admired and respected and learned much from was senselessly assassinated. Maybe the cause was all of us and our hate and our anger. And even though we feel it in our hearts and we're raging in our minds, we're still putting that energy out into the universe. So every time you spew hate on social media, all you're doing is putting that energy into the universe. And the universe has to answer every bit of calling you send. I love you all. I don't care who you are, what you are, why you are, who you look like, whatever. I have transgender brothers. I have brothers married to to men. I have bisexuals in my family. I have mentally ill people in my family. I have family members that have attempted suicide and others that murdered people. I mean, you name it, we have it in my family. And I love them all. And I don't judge them all. And for those that are dead, all is forgiven. I'm a survivor of untold violence, torture, abduction. But I learned a lot from Charlie Kirk. And you know what he taught me? He taught me dignity. He taught me how an opposing side thinks and why they think it. And if you were courageous enough and mature enough, you would sit down and watch many of his episodes of his shows from start to finish. And if he did in fact make a statement that you didn't like, he will explain why he feels that way. He doesn't say you have to be this way or that way, or you need to think like me. He says he's an imperfect human. He admits it. He says he wants to explain where he's coming from, why he feels the way that he does. And that's why I put out earlier the debate he had with the transgender individual named Buck Angel, who is someone that I love, admire, and adore. Such an incredible human being, just like Charlie Kirk. Buck Angel is an incredible human being. And those of you spewing hate without having any facts to back it up, without never watching a single episode of Charlie from start to finish, why don't you listen to Buck Angel then? But I'm talking to all of you who think it couldn't happen to you. You could get assassinated by some wackadoodle who doesn't like your lifestyle. So you think it's all fun and games? You think that you're exalting yourself to some level because you're miserable in your life? Go be angry somewhere else. You're just discrediting your side of the story by hating on the other side. I've learned a lot from this senseless assassination. And I'm looking inward at what I can do to improve on myself, to admit to the faults that I have. And I have to live with those faults, and I have to live with the feelings and the repercussions of those faults, just as you do. You're not a victim, and you don't get a free pass because you're different. Shame on all of you. And until next time, think about this. Powerful words from a powerful man, not Charlie Kirk. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Stephen R. Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, 1989. Taken all of his courses. I have all of his books. I have all of his work materials. I've attended many of a convention through the years. And those of you that haven't, you might learn something from him. Now, go out. Stop hating. Stop reveling. You're just bad people when you do that. And I would feel this way if it were Biden, Harris. If somebody put a bullet through Mr. Withers that I bashed about and ranted about yesterday, I would say the same things. I would feel the same way. The loss is the loss. We're all connected, so those losses are felt. So try to do good and be good. And be a grown-ass adult. And stop teaching generations of people to hate.